Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I have Andrew Brown with me today, and we're talking reading buddies. And we were sort of saying right before we went on air that we had met about this time last year, and the program has just really taken off. So that is really, really exciting. Tell us a little bit about, for newcomers who don't know about the program, what is Reading Buddies?
Well, Reading Buddies is an initiative we started. This is actually our third year now. We wanted to address the problem of children not being prepared to read. There's a big instructional shift that happens between second and third grade where children, the focus moves from learning to read to then using those abilities to read to learn. So if a child doesn't have the basic fundamental reading skills when they enter third grade, then it really puts them behind and they're trying to play catch up because they can't read and get the words off of the page to get the content well enough because their reading skills aren't there. So that's where the program started. We wanted to increase the number of third graders who were ready to learn and reading on a third grade level when they started.
So now fast forward 2-3 years later, and you've sort of got an initiative where you've got other schools involved now, and you're really wanting to even grow that just to be citywide.
Yeah, we did. We've seen great success at Anderson. Last year, I can tell you, we had 16 kindergartners who we identified as being at risk, and by the end of the year, the measure that we use, 14 of those 16 had already made it to grade level, so we had closed that gap with all but 2 children. And in first grade, we had 28 children, and 22 of those had made it. So we're definitely closing the gap, and so we have the results to show that it works, what we're doing. And so Fairmount, this is their second year, so they came on board last year with kindergarten, and now they have kindergarten in first grade. And then Highland View in Bristol, Virginia has also joined us this year. So we really do want it to be a city-wide initiative, and we just want the whole city to embrace reading and just the importance that it has in our lives, you know, not just in school, but
and it builds your confidence so much. It's
Absolutely.
sort of just the backbone to everything. So what about if you're watching at home and you want to become a reading buddy? What do you do?
Well, on the Tennessee side, they can contact Kay Ward, who's our volunteer coordinator. And she'll get them placed. And there's a series of things we have to do. Obviously, there's a background check that they have to go through to before they can work with children. We'll do a brief training to kind of let them know what it is, because we don't want people coming in thinking that we expect you to teach a child how to read. That's what we're going to do at school. Really what we need is just somebody to be a supporter, a community member who can come in and say, this is why reading is important to me, and this is how I use reading every day in my job, or just be a cheerleader for reading and the importance that it has in their lives.
And you do get to read some cute books. We brought you brought one in today. Right. If you give a mouse a cookie, and if you've ever read this series, it's adorable. And of course, I said when I saw Mr. Brown here, I said, well, you know, we could make one of our own if you give a mouse a microphone,
absolutely.
And we could just have a whole little fun story. But these are really cute books.
And that's, you know, so the Reading Buddy program actually has 3 components. The first part is the community member who comes in and reads to a child 30 minutes a week, and that's the only time commitment we ask from them. The second component, which is an evening, it's what we call them parent reading parties. We want it to be a fun type environment, so we call it a reading party. But the parents and their children come in all the grades that are involved. They don't even have to have a reading buddy. Any child in kindergarten, first or second grade at my school is invited to come to the reading party, and at that party we feed them dinner, so we have a meal. And then once everybody has an opportunity to eat, we divide up, and the parents will stay in one area, and they work on an activity that they can take home and then support their child at home through games or activities that are helping build those literacy skills, but don't seem like we're doing homework or we're doing things for reading.
Like fun flashcards,
right. Yeah, flashcards,
yeah.
Little tongue depressors with sight words and high frequency words on them, things like that. And at the same time, we take the students into another room, and we have a special guest reader who will come, and they will actually read a book, and at the end of it, we give each child a copy of the book, and we give them the stuffed animal that goes along with the theme of the book. So, which has also been a good community type project. These are both items we buy from Kohl's. It's part of the Kohl's Care program, and so every penny that they make in proceeds off of these go right back to Niswonger Children's Hospital. So again, we're just keeping everything in the community and just trying to support, you know, our local economy and our
And
local
get
people.
everybody reading, which is
Absolutely.
amazing. Well, is there anything I'm missing that you would like to add about what's going on?
No, I think it's a really exciting thing. I will say from everybody who's been involved, as much as it means to the students, and I've seen some of the most joyous reactions when when the school year starts and their reading buddy comes back for the first time. I think the adults get every bit as much, if not more, out of it than the kids do. So it's a mutually beneficial relationship, and we're just trying to build relationships. That's really what it's about. It's about that student knowing that there are people out there who care and that reading's important to them. So it allows us to have that connection with the community, and allows our students to know that there are people out there who care. And so that's really the focus. The focus is reading, but really we're promoting reading through building relationships.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for being on today, and thank you for tuning in. Stay with us. We'll be back in a moment.